Hey everyone, Carlos here with Bearable Traders, and in this video we're going to dive into Interactive Brokers trading platform Trader Workstation, also known as TWS. So it is a very powerful tool, a very powerful trading platform, but it can be overwhelming once you open up the platform and see all the features that they have available for you. And at times it can push people away from actually learning the platform. So today we're going to cover a couple of things to make this look a little bit more like the platform layouts that we are using in our community Bearable Traders. As you guys know, many of us are using already Interactive Brokers as our trading broker, as they are really good for active traders, competitive commissions, and a whole lot of great features. So definitely a broker you want to look into if you are day trading. So we're going to break this video down into two parts. The first part is going to focus on the layout. So we'll talk about our chart settings, our indicators, our level 2 time and sales, and also how to set up our watch list. Part 2 of the video will focus more on the order processing part, and we'll look into order entry, type of orders. We'll look at hotkeys and also alerts in the second part of this video. So let's hop right in and fire this platform up. So we're here at the login screen. And the great thing about TWS is that they allow you to demo the platform without having to sign up for an account, which is a great feature to have for anyone that's showcasing their platform and wants to see, hey, is this right for you or not? So go ahead and click on demo here at the bottom. They are going to ask you for an email address for you to try the demo, and you can select whether you want to be contacted or not by Interactive Broker. So once we do that, hit that try demo, and it's going to fire up the platform. As it is doing that, I'm going to put a link in the bottom of this video so you can go ahead and download this platform. It works on Mac and PC, which is another great feature to have. And you can go ahead and start playing around with it and see if it's something that you really like. So, all right, so here we are all fired up. I'm going to go ahead and maximize this so we get a full screen. And this is the default layout that you get with TWS. I'm going to close this here. Before we make any changes to the actual layout and make it look like the stuff that we actually use as day traders from our community at Bearable Traders, I'm gonna go and show you this over here. If you click on File and you head down to Open Layout Library, this is going to give you a couple of other layouts that you can actually use. And there's some cool ones here. You have options, you have long-term, FX trading, news. So this will configure the platform to any one of these layouts that might actually fit what you're looking to accomplish. You can also save your layout. So over here, you're going to have my layout. So once you do a layout, you can save your layout and you can switch between different layouts that you're using as you're trading. You might have a layout for swing trading, a layout for options, and a layout for actual day trading. But for trading purposes, we are going to reshuffle this and work on it and make it our own. I'm going to match the layout that I use on my other platform for day trading, and we'll match this over to our Interactive Brokers platform. I do have timestamps on this video, so you can skip to whatever part you need from this tutorial, but I suggest you hang out with us and put this together with us. So the first thing I want to do is get rid of anything that I don't need that I'm not going to use, right? So we're going to unlock our platform here. Now this allows us to move things around. Let's not show this again because we know what it does. And you can see this bright outline on your monitor. This is showing you that you are in edit mode, so you can easily move things around, right? So we don't need the news here. I don't have the news on my platform. I'd rather look at tradingterminal.com or other sources. So we'll get rid of this here. There we go. And this is here's for our orders. So we want to see this. This is our activity, but we're going to minimize this a little bit more. We don't need it to be that big, and we'll move it to where it needs to be in a second. Now here, guys, here's our watch list. Every morning I'll prepare my watch list and put it together. And I'm going to bring this down. I usually have this down right over here. So I'm going to bring it over here. There is where our watch list is going to be. So here we can type in the tickers we want to see for the day. Let's say, for example, put NVIDIA and so forth. Any of our usual suspects can go in here. So that will be our watch list there. We can expand this a little bit. We'll fine tune it in just a second. All right, so that is set there. The next thing I want to have up here, usually I have my bid and ask. So our level 2, let's go ahead and bring that in. New window. And here you can see this is everything that's available to you that you can add to your platform. So we're going to go market depth, which is level 2. And we're going to bring this right over here. And notice I'm matching this very closely to what I use in a Bearable Traders pre-market show. Very similar to that style because it's the same one I use for trading as well. So here we have our level 2. Very good. The next thing we have here is going to be our time and sales. And we'll do this one right over here. So time and sales, we'll bring that over there. And we're going to fix this quite a bit because right now it has way too much information. The next thing I have is I have our watch list down here, which is good. We have our time and sales, our order window. I like my order window right over here on the bottom of the, very similar to the other platform that I use. On the bottom here is going to be our order window. So we have our time and sales. And you can see these things, they snap very easy to the end of each other. So that's very nice because it helps you organize this a lot quicker. Now we're going to move our charts over here. My chart, I have three charts, right? It's going to be the one here. Let's bring in another one. We're going to have another chart down here as well. And this is going to be down here. All right. This is our main trading screen. So we have another one here. We'll resize this. And there we go. So now we have, there it is. Now we have two charts, and this will be 1 minute. We'll have our 5 minute down here. And then we have another small one, which we're going to bring in now. This is going to be our SPY. So we keep track of the SPY. So we're going to bring this down here, and we're going to put it right over here. And this, we can track what the overall market is doing. This could be the Qs, or if you want to watch an individual stock, you can do that as well. All right, so we'll move this over, make this a little bit bigger. As you notice here, you see these links, all these links here, they are like your anchor, right? So they will allow you to link up the charts together. So if I, for example, if I change this to Apple, everything that's linked in this green link here is going to move to Apple. If I want to separate this, right, because I want this chart to not link to anything else, I want it to stay always as the SPY. Or what I have to do is click on here. You're going to have several groups. You can have multiple groups of things you want to link together. In this case, I don't want any group linked here. So I'm going to put no group linked, and that is going to clear that up. So if you see that here, now I'm going to type in SPY, right? We'll put in SPY here, and then notice how nothing changes. And now anywhere else where I change the ticker here, all of these will link together with that link. So that is how you do that there. Next, I'm going to move this over here. This will be our quote window. So I give you information about what ticker you're watching, and we can actually make this a little bit bigger. We can actually move this up a little bit there. And then I'm going to bring in our activity window, which is this one here, showing us our orders and entries. So I like to have this one up here. I like to make it a little bit bigger. This will give us any orders that we have in-house, anything that has filled. This will be the way we will monitor orders, trades, and summaries. Now this actually allows us to make this window even bigger, and that's a better layout that we have. If you want to have your P&L on the screen, you can do that as well. We can bring this down over here, and you can bring in new window and head over to portfolio, and this is going to give you your P&L window, kind of show you a little snapshot of where you're sitting for the day. So we could bring this down a little further. This would be our order and cancellations. And here you have two different tabs. Your orders are currently active, right? You can cancel them, modify them from here, monitor them, see if they get filled. And then you also have your trades and you have your summary. These can also be opened up in different windows. So a way to do that is you click up here, a new window, and you'll be able to go to order management. And you can open these up separately if you want to have them in separate windows. For now, we'll keep them just like this. All right, guys, so there it is. Pretty basic and straightforward. After we're done setting up our layout, very important, go ahead and lock this here, and we're going to save changes to make sure that you keep this available for next time when you load up the platform. So now let's get into some of the details of the windows that we have here, starting with our level 2. So our level 2 is right over here, and almost in every window you're going to be able to see there is this little cogwheel, and this is your settings. Remember, you can always access your setting for all the windows that are here by clicking that, and that is usually going to allow you to change a couple of things specific to that window, including the font size, sometimes even the color of the background, like we are going to do now in our level 2. So on level 2, click here, click the cogwheel, click settings. And if you go over, before we get to the colors part, you can see here, you could decide what you want to see as far as the level 2, right? So if you don't want to see, for example, minimum trade price, trade size, you can take that off. You can just remove that, and you have the market maker name, you have the price, and you have the size, right? And then if you hit apply, that's going to disappear from our window here, right? So I feel always the less the better. You know, the less stuff you have on your montage, just keep what's useful, right? So if you don't need something, just take it off. You can always add it back on if you need. Now here, the colors, usually we're used to seeing the montage look like this, right? So you could, you have a couple of colors here dividing the different price groups. You could do the exact same thing here. It just requires a little bit of work, right? But it's not difficult. The first thing you want to do is click on the background, and then here you can start seeing other colors that are available. So if you want to change it to like a red, you can do that, hit OK, and this will change the pending orders up here. And then you could do the same for everything on different levels, right? You can add all kinds of levels. So as many levels as you want. 7 is what I think the other platform that I have uses. So you can match to that as well. And now we start getting into, what is your preference, right? Many people feel these colors don't stand out, and I agree with that, especially on our dark layout. You don't see these very well. They're going to be hard to tell the different groups apart. So you can come in here, click on background. you can start with whatever colors you like, maybe red going there, and then come in here, and the text you want to change this to black, because once you start using colors, the white text doesn't look all that good. You can see that right on here, right? So you can come here and start changing some of the colors. Maybe you have different ones. The next one you can do maybe a yellow if you like, and there you go. And obviously that doesn't look too good. Maybe you want to change that text color to black. It's going to look a lot better, right? So make sure you have a good combination here. Black will look much better than white probably. So you can go through this, and this is more of a preference. You can match it to something that you use already now, or you can create your own, whatever helps you identify, what's the different price groups that are on here. So we're going to go ahead, hit apply and okay, and this is going to bring us to our montage. So we are doing off hours right now, so you won't be able to see a lot of this, but this will populate here based on the colors group you decide. So again, remember, this could be different based on your monitor resolution, so you can always come in here. This seems a little bit small for me. When you want this thing to be very clear, so when you're looking at it fast, you can clearly see what's happening. So you can come down here, and we're going to go to settings, and we're going to choose custom font size, and you can let's say maybe 21, 22. There it is. So by taking out information you don't need, now you have more space to make these bigger and more and easily readable, right? So I'll just keep that in mind. Next thing we're going to look at is our time and sales, and here we have settings. We're going to click on this, and now this will bring us to a couple of options here. So the way I have it set up now, I have time, last price, and also last size, right? That's all you really need. In some cases, I don't even need the time, but they don't allow you to remove it here. If you do want to see the exchange, you can put that on there, but you are going to get this condition, which again, I don't even know what that is. But either way, hit OK. I would like, if you still want the exchange, you can just hide this all the way down this way, right? You can move this over, just hide what you don't need. We're going to bring the exchanges there. We got our size and the time. We don't need that. And there you go. Now you have the three columns that you want. You want your price, your size, and the exchange that something is coming from. You remember, if you want to edit any of the layout windows, the actual sizing of it, right? Let's say you want to resize this to make it a little bit better. You can unlock your layout, and then it gives you access to now move this a little bit more down right over here, make it smaller, and then hide the conditions, which we don't need. There we go. Make this change a little bit smaller, and now we're going to make the last price a little bit bigger so you can see what the actual price is. So there you go. A little more organized. This gives you a lot more room now to move your charts over, right? So the more room you have for charts, the better. And this we can make it small as well, so you can organize it again any way you see fit here, the way this is set up. So that takes care of that, guys. We have our chart set up. You can see this empty space. You can also move this over here, make it nice and tidy. Again, give you more room for charts if you want them that big. So again, very customizable. And a lot of this that we're getting into now is more of preference, right? How you want things laid out. All right, let's look at our watch list now. So here's our watch list. Great thing about this is there's a couple of presets that are pretty cool, right? So you're gonna have your portfolio, which we already have up here, right? So that's there as well. These windows, these are like monitor windows, and they have like multi-purpose functions. So for example, if you click on this plus sign here, you'll be able to add different things on their watch list, portfolio, and some other market predefined watch list that can become very useful. So here we have this monitor window, which has our portfolio, it has our P&L, and then down here we can also, and down here we have our watch list as well, which this is where we can build the stuff we want to look at, right? So we can add different things on there. Another great thing about this monitor window is that you can add several watch lists. So for example, you can come in here and you can click add watch list, and then this will allow you to add a different watch list. You can name this whatever you want. So you can rename current watch list. Let's say you want a watch list for swing trades, right? Maybe you want to have a couple of swing trade ideas, right? You could throw that on there, and now you have swing trades. You could put a couple of names that maybe you're watching for some opportunities. We have meta and whatever tickers you're watching for some stuff that could happen, right? So you have your watch list there, and now you can switch between different watch lists that you're looking at, maybe a day trading one and also a swing trading one. So pretty cool to have many things like that. And then you can also go in here, you can go to settings, and you can change the configuration. Oh, here's the font. Again, you can change the configuration of the font as well, guys. If it's too small, you can change that there. But I want to show you how you can change what you see here. Right now we have last and change. You can go in here to settings and then head over to market data columns. And here's the stuff that we have showing right now for these tickers. So you can change this however you want. You can put, the prices. There's tons of stuff on here that you can pick from. Again, I keep it very simple, but you can pick a ton of things you want to watch. Might be more important to the way you trade, right? So, come in here, try a few things. If you ever want to go back to reset, you can hit reset to default, and then this will bring your layout back to the way it was. So don't be afraid to mess around with this and add whatever you want. All right, so we'll hit apply, we'll hit OK, and there's a couple of our watch lists there. As we said, we have other things like US movers. They also have, if you come in here, if you hit a plus, and you add a predefined watch list, if you click on this, as I mentioned earlier, you can look for some watches that you like already. So for example, there's a good one, US indices and ETFs. So you can add that on here, and then you're going to get some of all the US indexes and ETFs on there, right? So that's pretty cool. Get a quick snapshot of what's happening there. And there's some other ones you can look through. So definitely take advantage of this. It's a great way to keep, some predefined lists on the US Treasuries, some predefined list that you can put on there. So there's our watch list. Very basic. Again, this can be a very basic window, but it can also be very powerful because you could have tons of information on here, just in one monitor window, which is pretty neat to have access to that. Remember too, you have your link here, right? So for example, let's say you have another watch list up here. Let's say we build a watch list here, and currently you don't want to look at your P&L. We'll do favorites, right? Let's say you're looking at your favorite tickers up here. You can go ahead and link this to a different group. So let's say you want this to be on group 2, and you want this one here to also be on group 2. There you go. So now whatever you click on here, only this chart is going to change. So that's pretty cool in case you want to have, hey, this is your main chart for everything else. And then if you want to look at some indexes or something, you can click on here and only this one is going to change. So pretty neat feature. I definitely like the way that they have that set up there as far as the watch list goes. All right, so now let's look at probably one of the most important screens on here, which is going to be your order entry screen, which is this guy right over here. All right, so this is your order entry screen, and from here is where you can transact your orders into Interactive Brokers. There's so many different ways to transact orders in this platform. You have the order window here. You have these, I don't know, I think they're hot button. We call them hot button from the other platform that I use. But you have these buy, sell buttons here as well. Plus you can set up alerts, and you also have hotkeys, right? So there's so many different things you can use. We'll look at the basic features. If you guys are interested, let me know. In the future, we can make a more in-depth video with more detail of this order entry screen, because there's a lot on here to take in. So as you can see, you have your type of order here. You have your limit, your market order. You also have your mid-price order. So you got a couple of features on here. If you don't see anything that you're looking for, if you're looking for something specific like a trailing stop, click on this arrow down here and it'll show you the ones that are hidden. And once you use them once, they'll pop up again, right? So I guess these are the ones that are not as common. So your list is not so big, they hide those. So if, for example, if you click on trailing stop, right, trading limit, now you have the options to do a trading limit order, but we're not going to work on that today. But that's, if you're looking for something specific, it's going to be on here. If it's in any other platforms, this platform sure has it. All these type of orders are very, very popular. So once you put in your number of shares, you can come in here and select your price. You can either type it in. A couple of ways you could do this. You can type it in if you know the price that you want. You can select it from here. This is going to give you a couple of options on the, most likely on the bid here to get in. And then if you click on market, it will switch this to a market order. So then if you click on this, it will now be a market order instead of a limit order. But type in the price you want. For our purposes, we'll click on this one here, and then that will populate there. When you do have the level 2 here, if you have the level 2 listed here, you can click on the price on the level 2, on the bid or the ask, and that will populate down here as well. Right now we have no bids because we're offline. But yeah, that will populate there as well. All right, so we have here 8604. We have our number of shares. You come over here, you click buy, and now your order is going to be transmitted. I'm going to say, do not use this. And how do I avoid this from coming up again? No. All right, do not use this. Don't show this again. Okay. Don't show this again. Okay. All right, perfect. So here is our order, guys. The first time you transact a couple of things, is going to give you these pop-ups. Just read through them, see what you want to do, what's best for you. And then you can decide not to show again to save time. But here it is, guys. Here's our order 8604, and then obviously if that price hits, will get filled. You can cancel the order right from here, so you can go ahead and click cancel there in this little CXL, or you can also have it look at your orders on your orders tab, right? Remember, this is your one of your activity your activity window. So here you can look at your orders. You can cancel from here as well. So we're going to go ahead and cancel from here. Pretty neat to cancel there. And again, very, very easy to send orders. Now here, guys, there's another way to do it, right? Another option is click on buy. And then that's going to give you, see how the line is blue now? So I can click on buy here, and that's going to send an order. It's going to place an order here. Now this order is still on hold. You can tell because it says T, right? When you're ready to place this order, you hit that transmit, and that's going to send the order, right? So if you want to do that, where you want to see the order there first, but not send it yet, you can do that. And then once you're ready to send, you can transmit, and then now you can cancel the order. You could do that same thing through here. If you don't want to send your order right away, let's click in 8604 again. Click on this little down arrow, right? There's two down arrows. You could do it for the both in sell and the buy, and click on save order, and it'll send the order, and they'll hold it there where it's at. So again, pretty neat feature that you can use there. Once you hit transmit, then it will send the order down, and you can see that all that transactions happening here on your activity window. Okay, excellent. So let's go ahead and cancel this, get this out the way. So let's look at how to set up some hotkeys. That's another way to be able to process orders into the system, which is very convenient, right? So let's go ahead and click on Control H. That's going to bring up a little reference key of some of the hotkeys that you have set up already. And if you hit Control H again a second time, is actually going to take you into the configuration area. I keep my hotkeys very simple. It's a total of 6 for order processing. So I have one for buy, one for partial, one for sell everything, and then I have one for short, partial, and cover everything, right? And then I also have like a panic key, which is called cancel all orders. So the cancel key, the panic key will cancel everything that is in there. So in case if I lose track of some of the orders, I'm long and I'm short and I can't track what's happening, your best bet is just cancel everything and, you know, don't get into a bad situation. So let's set this up. Up here, you have what is called kind of your kind of like your script menu, right? The scripts that you can use to set up hotkeys. So let's go ahead and create a buy order, right? So we're going to click on buy, create shortcut, and then this is going to bring up the configuration key where we can get more details set up. Let's first record our actual hotkey. Is going to be shift 1. That is what I used to get in. And then here, the market field, we're going to use a bid. We want to get in on the bid. Now we're going to go over to customize. And in this area, what we want to do is kind of set up a few conditions on here, right? This can get very advanced. It's a lot of different options that you can use here. But we're going to keep it very simple just for this order. We have the buy option, right, which is what we want to do. Then here we have the size. You can do a couple of things. If you leave it as default, it's going to just reference to whatever you have here on this window. If you want to put something there, you can put absolute, and then we'll type in, let's say, 500 shares. And you can have a couple of these hotkeys, right? If you want to have one for 500, 200, and 100 shares, you can set up individual hotkeys, maybe shift 1, shift 2, shift 3, right? Depending on your setup. So we have that there. Order type is going to be, I like to do a marketable limit order. We call it that way in our community, by the way. And speaking of community, if you guys are looking for a great community to join in regards to day trading, trading options, and just overall trading, check out variabletraders.com, guys. A really great community. I've been part of this community for about 5 years now, and man, it is amazing. But don't take my word for it. Let me give you a link where you can try us out for 7 days for $34, right? You get access to our entire chat room, a couple of courses, plus a live class that I do every Monday night, right? So Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Join me for that class. We'll show you guys around and see what the environment is like and see if it's a right fit for you. But yeah, if it comes to day trading and anything in regards to trading, and now recently picking up quite a bit options, a lot of interest in there, definitely stop by and check us out. So variabletraders.com. So we refer to this as a market limit order. It might be referred to different in other places. But what it is basically is you're setting up a limit and you're setting a protection, right? Because you want to get into an order right away when the bid is showing the price that you want, but you also don't want to get any surprises, right? You don't want to just write a blank check. You don't want to send a market order that can be filled at any random price. So what the marketable limit price order does, it protects you. It says, hey, I want to get in at 86, let's say at 90. I want to get in at $90 on the bid, but I'm okay. I'm okay if this thing shoots up to 90.03, right? If the bid, by the time I hit the hotkey, if the price goes up to 90.03 or 90.05, depending on what you place here, right? We're going to put it right here. We're going to put in, not here, it's going to be, yeah, offset right here. So we're going to put this offset on the bid. We want it plus, We want it plus, let's say 0.03 cents, right? So plus 0.3. What that's going to do is I'm allowing you guys to try to fill me up to 3 cents from where I hit the hotkey, right? So you might get fills, 200 shares here, 100 shares here, and the rest at 903, right? So that can happen as well, and you will see that fill right here in your activity windows, right? You should be able to see that transactions on how you got filled, right? So pretty neat, but this is a great protection. It's a limit order. If you send a limit order and the price is sitting at a 90, and it moves up a cent, you will not get filled into unless it comes back down to 90. With a marketable limit order, which is what we refer to it at Bearable Traders, this can allow you to get filled. You got a little wiggle room, right? So yeah, once you set that up here, guys, everything else is pretty much in place. All we have to do now is we're going to check this off, because once we set a hotkey, I think the biggest benefit of having a hotkey order is that you transmit it right away, right? If you're not going to be transmitting it right away, then you can just have it all set up here and then hit the buy button when you're ready, right? But if you the hotkey, I think the biggest benefit is that it's going to go immediately, right? TWS has a lot of these features out there where they'll ask you, hey, are you sure about this? Just read through them, make sure it's okay, and then hit all right. Okay, so we're set here, guys. Everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and hit okay on this, and I'm gonna hit yes. And now we have our hotkey order down here, which is shift 1, right? So now when we go to any charts, we hit shift 1, and that will get us in. Now, if we want to sell order, and by the way, if you don't see something here quickly, you can come up here and search, which I like that feature. So come here and search, and you can put sell, and you're gonna find what's available with those keywords. So let's create a sell key. And here we're going to do record. I'm going to do this time shift A, which is what I actually use. So we'll do that. And now we're going to try to get on the ask, right? And then we're going to go to customize. Now here, guys, we're doing the action is sell. We're looking to sell, and the default, we're going to keep it the same, 500. So we're looking to sell 500 shares. And now on the limit order, right? We want a limit order. And then our protection, right? Our offset is going to be on the ask this time, but this time we're willing to go a little bit lower, right? So we're willing to go minus 0.03, right? So this is we're telling them, hey, we want to get filled at $90, but if the price goes down to 89.97, 98, we're okay for you to fill this order, right? So once you have that all set, same thing here, transmit order immediately. And now we're going to hit OK, and we are all set. So what this is telling me here, these hotkeys are being used by another hotkey, right? So this demo must have had that as well. Just make sure you're not seeing that. So make sure your hotkey is only for that one action item, right? So we're going to just hit, continue, hit yes. And I think that's going to clear the other ones, right? So by hitting yes, it clears the other one. But instead of you hitting yes, just, look to make sure that you're not using the same hotkeys, right? That's a no-no. You don't want to do that. All right, so we have down here, we have our buy limit plus 3 cents and our sell limit short minus 3 cents, right, on the ask. So we're pretty set there. Let me show you what this looks like, right? And you can set up other things here, guys. Go through this. There's tons of very important hotkeys that you should have if you're using hotkey orders. One of them is cancel all orders. Like, this is a great hotkey. You want to have that set up. So in case something goes wrong, you want to cancel every order. And then there's another one where it's close all positions, right? You want to have that as well. Close positions. So, right. So, you want to make sure you have that set up. So again, look through this. There's some really great features that are available to you here that you can use as a hotkey, right? All right. So now let me show you how this goes. We'll hit OK. So we're going to go ahead and try this. Let's go ahead and hit shift 1. And there it is. Our buy order has been sent. So we're going to go ahead and cancel that. You can cancel by clicking here or setting up a hotkey to cancel the order as well. We're going to do it here, cancel there. And then we're going to do sell, shift A. So we did get filled on that one. If you come over here, in fact, that we got filled, I'll show you. This shows you filled here at the price you got filled. And then over here, trades, you can see the trades that are being transacted. You can see here summary. We'll give you a summary of what you have open. And you can also have these open for separate windows. So if you want to have this open separate, you can do another activity window, and then you can put in, instead of orders, you can put in summary here. So you see this in the way the setup that you want. A lot of great features here, guys. One feature you have in this window is you can do advanced orders like OCO orders, which is a bracket order where you can have your buy order, your profit taking order, and also your stop loss. So pretty convenient. If you like to trade this way, you can set this up this way. Click on advanced, hit bracket, and click the 2 type of orders that you have. Maybe you want to have only one profit taking order. But for the most part, you want to have both. I think that's the best way to use this feature. So let's go ahead and set this up. You have, let's say our profit taking is going to be 87. Let's just pick anything, 87.50. And then our oops, I'll do this right. Yep, 87.50. There we go. And then our stop loss is going to be, let's say 85.80, right? So that's set up there. So once you set that up, we're going to close this here. We're going to come back to the top. You can tell we have a bracket order in the works because we do have this bracket listed here, right? So now let's set up the price that we want to get in on this. We're going to do, let's say 86, right? So 86 is where we want to get in on this order. We have everything set. Once we have everything here, you can see our order is ready to transmit. So it's pending here. It hasn't been transmitted yet. You could do it by hitting buy here or transmitting here as well. If I hit transmit there you go. Now you have your buy order waiting to be filled at 86. You have your profit taken at 87.50 and you have your 85. The great thing about these OCO orders is that if one of them gets filled, the other one gets canceled, which is really good because the last thing you want to do is get filled on the profit, and then this order comes back down, and you still have this order hanging out here for the sell, and now you go short because you really have no positions open. So it's a great feature to be able to have that taken care of for you. So in case you got to run out or do whatever you have to do, or just this is the way you trade, so you don't have to be so fixated on the tick up and down. You set this up and you set it and forget it and go look for other opportunities, right? So it's a great way to trade if you do use this method. So yeah, guys, there you have it. Another something else that's available to you here as well. You can tell if a stock is shortable by this little indication right on there. You can click on that and it'll tell you usually how many shares you have at least available, right? If you have something like 55 million, that's tons. If you have something that's like, less than a million, 500,000, that's a little bit less. That can actually not be there by the time you send your order. But there's how you find out if something is shortable. If it's not shortable, then this is not going to show there. Maybe there's no shares for sure, no inventory for sure on that ticker. All right, excellent. So that covers hotkeys. One more thing I want to show you before we say bye to each other into the next video is here you got alerts as well. So you can put a couple of alerts if you want to get notified when something is hitting maybe a high of the day or something that a price target that does interest you. You can go ahead and mark down the alert. So if you click on alert up here on the top left, and this will be on the top of on the top right. So if you click on alert here on the top right of any charts, you're going to see alert. You click on that, and this is going to bring this right over here. So now what you could do is on here, it'll have the stock that you're looking to put the alert on. In this case, I have a 15-minute on the SPY. I have my price target, and you can select different criteria, the last, the bid and the ask, and so forth. So we'll keep it as default. Many times I like to do the last price printed, right? So the last, and then from here you can select greater than or less than depending on what you're looking to do. In this case, we want to see the price greater than since we're going up, and then we want to get an alert, hit activate, and now that alert is set there. So when that price does hit that, you'll get an alert that, hey, this alert has been activated. So again, a lot of great features here, guys. Get familiar with this new window information here. When you click on new window, there's tons of stuff on here. You have news, you got calendars, you got templates. You also have options. This is a very strong, powerful platform for options. Already one of our best option traders. This is what he's using in our community, and it's a really, really powerful tool. So guys, I hope this quick video was helpful on some of the basic things you can do with Interactive Brokers. There's a lot more stuff on here as well. If you guys have any questions on anything, please do not hesitate to leave me a comment, throw it down in the comments below, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.